of yesteryear. Now we are exploring a few of the highlights of great Rabbi Sayed Hadad Z'tl Libracha. Happens to be his Hilula on Yutet Tevet, the 19th of Tevet, of the great Chacham. It's actually interesting. Rabbi Sayed Hadad, he was actually born and came from great rabbinic heritage. His father's name was Rabbi Masood Hadad, and his mother's name happened to be Rabbanit Zahira. He was born in English year 1890 in Gabs, literally in Tunisia. That place in of itself had a really great Torah Jewish community, and we've related over many different rabbis from Gabs in of itself. Now he would grow up imbued in Torah, and let's say just by the knees, let's just say, of the great rabbis of the city of Gabs. Many great rabbis, including, I believe, his brother was a famous rabbi, Rabbi Yeshua Hadad, happened to be a very great rabbi. He was the author, I believe, the Torah great work called Mashmiya Yeshua. His sister, Rabbanit Rahima, she was a wife of another great rabbi, Rabbi Shaul Kohen, who happened to be the deputy, let's just say, of the head of the rabbis of Tunisia in of itself. So really great family he had. He would learn Torah through his rabbi, the famous Rabbi Chaim Huri, a great rabbi we've mentioned about on various occasions before. He was arguably one of the greatest rabbis of Tunisia of all time. He happened to be himself the rabbi of the city of Gabs. Now, Chacham Sayed Hadad will most of the time deal with in regards to rabbinate, and would deal with in regards to printing, hagaot, let's just say, with regards to proofreading books. He would add it and did very much Torah work within regards to that specific realm of itself. He would get married. His wife's name was Marat Sassia. I believe she happened to be the daughter of Rab Aziza, if I'm not mistaken. And he would be very diligent in his learning. He would, I believe, also work as a Shochet, also a kosher slaughterer, to say in of itself, and the Bodek, Shochet and the Bodek. I think come what the year 1916, at that stage in time, he would have been 26 years of age. He printed, I think, 2 of his midrashim in the book of the Chesed Ve'emet, which was printed, I think, connected to Rabbi Chaim Huri. Then come what the year 1924, another printing of a teshuvah, a publication of Teshuvah, which had been actually, let's just say, in of itself, he had received, would actually be printed. It was a reply that was, I think, sent to him. I think it was dealing with the laws of inheritance, and it was printed inside this book called Yashiv Moshe, very interestingly enough, in of itself. And come what the year 1946, he was, I believe, mentioned, I think, inside the Sefer the Chentov Lemarei Nefesh, if I'm not mistaken, which was actually printed, I think, by Rabbi Chaim Nisim Hadad, who would write really great things with regards to the 2 books in of itself. And remember, we talked about there was many great books that was published by the great rabbis of Tunisia of that specific time in of itself. And many of Rabbi Sayed Hadad, Rabbi Sayed Hadad's novels, so to say, his Torah thoughts, were printed and cited in the books from various different contemporaries. I think it's stated especially in the Sha'ar Rachamim book, which was written by the great rabbi, great Tunisian rabbi, Rabbi Matuk Rachamim Damiri, really great rabbi in of itself. Now, it's actually interesting. He would eventually move to the land of Israel. Interesting enough, I believe this was come what the year 1950, and he sadly passed away in the year 1953. He was approximately, at that point in time, 63 years of age, to be precise, on the 19th of Tevet, Tafshin Yud Daled. It's actually interesting, as we said, that there was a huge wave of Aliyah from Tunisia, especially in late 1940s, early 1950s, very much so. It's actually interesting, his son actually wrote a very great Torah book in of itself called the Em Habanim Smecha, and would actually quote, I think this was also connected to Rabbi Chaim Nisim Trablasi, if I'm not mistaken, and quote various different teachings of his father in of itself. Very interesting enough. And I think after his death, after he passed away, I believe in the year 1977, his sermons were printed by his Talmid, Rabbi Shimon Hiriri. Very interesting enough. We've actually mentioned about on various occasions before. This great rabbi in the book was called the Sikha Na'ah, and very much over there. I'm not so sure if he passed on Chav Tevet or Yud Tet Tevet, but seemingly over here, according to this website of the Hayomi.org, it's Yud Tet Tevet. And I think inside this poem, this beautiful book of Rabbi Shimon Hiriri wrote, it was the 20th of Tevet. So please, if anyone knows for 100% for sure, please send me a comment. But he was one of the great rabbis of his time of Tunisia. Please don't forget to light candles in the great rabbi's memory. I'm wishing you all well. Take care and be well, everyone.